Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Thank you for joining me tonight. It is a privilege to get to visit with you every time that we have the chance to visit. We're here at the new studio, the Emerald Quest studio, and it's the first opportunity for me on a BCP Live broadcast to actually have a guest. We'll get to him in just a moment. I know that at least if you're watching this live, there are a number of the folks who are regular watchers that may be watching the presidential debate tonight, the first 2020 presidential debate. And if you are, that's okay. Actually, I had somebody tell me today, I'm going to watch the debate, Joey. And I was fine with that. That is all right. I watched it for a little while. I'll just be upfront with you that I watched for about 10 or 15 minutes and went ahead and decided, let's just go ahead and go on in here and get ready. I am recording the whole thing so I can go back. It was here or there for me. The first 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know that I was getting a lot out of it from either side. So we can talk about that a little bit more later because I have someone incredibly special that is joining me tonight. I have to tell you that I am so excited about our guest tonight. It is Dr. Quinton Jones. And Quinton, just first off, thank you for taking time to spend with us here on BCP Live tonight. I really appreciate it.
Hey, it's very much a pleasure. Thank you for having me on, Joey.
Look, I had an opportunity to get to meet you. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Patry and I met you recently, and it was one of those things. I've been hearing your name for quite a while. Now, Sierra Haney was the first person that brought you to my attention, and since that time I had heard your name a number of other opportunities, and they were like, look, you have to get to meet this guy. He's somebody that's really cool. And so I did, and Jody and I were talking, and we were just, both of us were saying, we've got to have him on the show. You have to get to visit with him and let him just share and talk to the folks. So I want to give you that opportunity to do that. I have blathered enough to get us into a broadcast, and I want to give you that opportunity to share. You're a motivational speaker, among other things, and you recently spoke at Murray State, so close to home here. Talk about that.
Well, it was just a great opportunity just to get back in the swing of things. You know, COVID has affected all of us in more ways than one, and for me, being able to get in front of people and speak a little life, physically, that took a toll, of course. With where the world is today. But I had opportunity to go down to Tishomingo and get in front of some really important people and share a little bit of upliftment, a little bit of guidance, and just a part of being belonging. And the one thing I really care about that is I've always thought that if you're going to serve, if you're going to lead, if you're going to help, you should do it right where you are before you get a chance to do it abroad or even globally. So that really helped me on my crusade just to work around southeastern Oklahoma and speak as much life as I can here.
And I like that too. Of course, you have that with the background there. Q Speaks Life, and that is, by the way, also how you get in through at least to the website. We'll get to that website here in just a moment because I do want to show that to the folks. At least give them an opportunity to get directed to you, and of course, they can find you on Facebook as well. Quinton Jones on Facebook, and he is a motivational speaker. And, I agree with that. I think you do need to take care of business at home. You need to be able to, hey, what do you have to share outside if you can't share what you have at home too? I'm totally in agreement with that. Motivational speaking is something that is its own animal. It's not just speaking in particular, and you can be a speaker who is motivating, but to do what you're doing in particular, and this be really the focus of what you're doing, how do you get into something like that?
Well, I was blessed to talk to a guy, my pastors, actually, one of my pastors' daughter relayed me to a guy that once she heard that I was trying to get into motivational speaking by the name of Rhett LeBeau. He's out I think he's in Edmonton area, and he's really a great speaker. And so he basically took me under his wing for a couple times, and he showed me around. We sat down, we talked, we ate a little lunch, and he talked to me about the gigs and how to go about getting them. And basically, you just spread the word. Wherever ears are, you want to be there. So if it's at a church or if it's with youth, which I do a lot of, or just any gatherings or shows, anything that you can possibly get in front of a microphone, you want to be able to do it. And the last thing you need to look for at first is money. You want to try to get your website going. You want to try to get the word out for sure. And right now it's kind of different because the game has changed a little bit since social media is so part of our lives. So when Rhett started out, I'm sure there wasn't any MySpace or Facebook for him to advertise itself, where now everybody has a platform of some sort. So using that word of mouth for sure is the best thing to get your name out and get your business out. That'll never change, but definitely social media as well.
We're speaking now with Quinton Jones here on BCP Live, and want to give a shout out to Linda. Thank you for listening to BCP, not the debate. I am recording the debate, but definitely I appreciate that. Teresa, glad you and Zeph are watching tonight. And Robert says, hey, you watching the president? I understand, Robert. Totally fine. That is all right. Dottie, good to see your name up there as well as we get to visit with Quinton. And, Quinton, one of the things about being a speaker of any kind, but specifically we're talking about motivating and motivational speaker. In order to do this, you have to have something to give. There has to be something on the inside of you that you are able to share and to give out. Talk about what it means then to have something on the inside of you that is so big that you just have to share it.
Well, not to get too heavy on it and get too sentimental, but I'm a guy.
It's all right, man. Be free, man. Be free. It's all right.
Will do. I'm a guy that comes from a lot of privileges that may not be seen as that when you hear my story, you hear what I have to say. But the opportunity that I've had around my life to listen to people and to have a chance to persevere what's been put in front of me, the good Lord puts us all on a path that we know that we can get to the end of. But luckily for us, as we go on that path, we're beside other people. There's other lanes beside us, if you will. And whether we're getting over or getting behind somebody, we're all headed to the right place. Whether we get off at an exit or if we stop for a pit stop or we got to get a tune-up somewhere in a town that we don't know, we're all headed for the same place. So as long as you keep in your mind that we're all going and we're all forward in our thinking and our movements and where we need to be, you'll find something in that motivational, no matter how many stops you have. No matter how many people blow past you, no matter how many people won't help you out along your way, you'll always find things motivational in your drive, in your ride.
I hearing all that, it is motivating to me, and it's all right. Be sentimental if you want to, because it takes what's on the inside of you to be able to get out, and I'm sure it's enjoyable. I'd like to get to hear you speak then sometime as well. I've just, like I said at the outset, I'd heard so much about you, but getting to listen to you and just hearing you speak then in a face-to-face situation, as we had the opportunity recently, I walked away from it encouraged. I mean that, it's not just that's not just something I'm saying to you right now. I mean, I walked away encouraged. I was excited. I wanted to get to hear more. So I would definitely come to get to listen to you talk. I'm sure you get to visit with a lot of different kinds of audiences, mm-hmm. speaking to different kinds of crowds. Talk about maybe a couple of different bases that you would speak to. Who would you go speak to, and what are some of your favorites?
Well, naturally, the last couple of my years, probably the last 18 to 20 years, I've been working with youth. So youth gatherings, youth in general has become an expertise of mine. Being a former collegiate football player, sports teams of any background, I really enjoy. Actually, I'm going to speak to the Silo Rebels tomorrow, actually, before a big game of theirs. And with churches and stuff, I definitely feel at home. But really, when I was putting together Q Speaks Life, what I really wanted to target in on those people that give and serve and love other people. I relish at the opportunity to get in nursing homes. I do a lot of schools that I readily enjoy. Anybody that their job, their team, their group is serving other people, because I know from personal experiences, when you're trying to get somebody to do something that they may or may not want to do, although it's best for them, that's a mind trap. When you're putting in more effort than they are to take care of themselves in some cases, that's a mind trap. So whether you're teaching, if you're a nurse, once again, hospice situations, holding people together for his jobs, any mental health, with my background in marriage and family therapy, any mental health place I'm very comfortable in as well. So just basically anybody that's trying to love somebody else, I want to get with you.
You know, you talked about Silo too, by the way. Silo's baseball and softball teams both hosting regional tournaments coming up too. So are you get to visit with baseball, softball, both?
We're doing softball right now.
Softball. Okay. All right. And we actually will talk about that a little bit later on in the broadcast tonight. County being well represented in the baseball and softball regional tournaments. And I'm just really excited. I have to tell you, Quinton, I'm excited that the Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activity Association, the OSSAA, is hosting playoffs. And in all that's gone on, I'm excited that there are playoffs to talk about. So that's something that is really cool. I'm finding, by the way, one thing I haven't made the transition over here just yet to the new studio is, man, my pen. Somewhere down the line, I lost my pen in the move. I don't have my pen. I have nothing to hang on to. I don't know. It may not be throwing anybody else off. It's throwing me off just a little bit tonight. I'm gonna have to say I broadcast sports here then, so I can at least find something to find some sense of okay, this is what I normally do on the show. We're here on BCP Live.
Love it.
With Quinton Jones tonight as the host just completely had the wheels come off his broadcast for a moment. I'm glad you're here with me tonight. Thrilled to get to have you with me tonight. You know, you were talking about getting to speak to different levels, of course, from hospice and nursing home all the way to youth. And, you know, that's something, by the way, both of those strike a chord with me. Youth in particular, I was a youth pastor for 11 years with a couple of different churches. And there is just something about sharing with youth, ministering to youth, being around youth that is really, really cool. Talk about that and what it means to you.
Well, personally, for me, growing up with my great-grandparents, they didn't get out the house very much with all the activities going on, but that didn't stop me from getting a chance to cling to someone else. 35 years old, just met my father this year. So there was a bunch of strong role models, male role models in my life. So any chance that I can get to talk to any youth about anything that they're curious about, or even things that they're not curious about, things that they don't want to learn, but they need to, whatever I can do to give back from what I came from, because there were so many people that were influential and helpful with me then and even now, that just a common conversation, a pat on the back or a pat on the butt, whatever needed at the time, is so helpful. And this, I can't let that chance slip away, because as we know here, especially in Durant, when your time is called, it doesn't matter how old you are, you're going up to the gates. So we just want to make sure we do not miss those opportunities.
Well, let's look at something here really quickly then, and let me bring this up. Of course, if you go to qspeakslife.com, that is one place. It's a website that is in the process of working itself in. So that's a website in the process, but the Instagram page, you can go to the Instagram page and you can connect with Quinton right there. You can find him at Quinton Jones _. Quinton Jones _ and check that out, man. You got more than 2,000 followers on your Instagram page. That's pretty cool. I think I have more than 2. I'm not even sure if I have more than 2. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to follow you. So if you'll follow me back, then I might have 3 or 4. And I'm not exaggerating about that. But I'm not on Instagram as much. But I know lots of folks are. So that's how one of the ways that you can get in touch with Quinton is to go to his Instagram page. Before I let you go, and again, thank you so much for spending some time tonight. We talk about things locally, and that was how we even brought in the conversation tonight that you need to take care of business locally before you expand and reach the world. Man, you need to reach your home first. Where is home for you? You're actually we get to visit with you from across the lake, don't we?
That's right. Originally, I grew up in New Boston, Texas. Had a chance to play a little D2 ball in Arkansas. Master's and PhD work was in Louisiana. Was originally born in Oklahoma. And now I'm living in Meade, America. So I've kind of made it full circle here back to God's country.
There you go. There you go. That is pretty cool. So D2 in Arkansas, that would be Henderson State, correct?
Henderson State and Arkansas Monticello, both of them.
And Monticello as well. All right. Well, of course, GAC schools, and that's definitely close to home for me. Right. And definitely, I enjoy that. But it's nice that you're close here. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Simple. Just follow the hashtag QSpeaksLife, whatever social media you're on. Put in hashtag QSpeaksLife. My message room is always open, whether it's a direct message on the wall, wherever you want to reach me at. We can get a conversation going from there, and I'd love to get in front of you.
All right. Former football player for Southeastern, Phi Elson, on the comment there saying, hey, Q speaks fire. He's got the fire going on. So go Quinton Jones. Appreciate you for stepping by. Appreciate Foss stepping on and watching tonight. So anyway, thank you. And close out your time tonight. Anything else that you'd like to share, just to speak to the folks? I would love to have you come back on again sometime and visit with us again. But how would you close out tonight?
Well, I definitely want to get back on with you. But tonight, really just since I had the opportunity just to talk to everybody around us listening right now as we're watching debates. One thing that we don't need to debate is who's number one and who's your vote in your own life. And that should be you. Whatever is helping you in your life, do more of it. The things that are not helping you in your life, do less of them. Surround yourself with people that also will vote for you. And make sure whether it's October, November, December, you're number one on your own ballot.
That is pretty cool. I enjoy that. All right. I'm going to walk away and think about that a little bit later on. I want to be number one on my own ballot. That is pretty nice. Quinton Jones, thank you so much for being with us tonight here on BCP Live. God bless you. And we do look forward to getting to visit with you again soon.
Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. I'm excited to get to hear more from him. I'd love to get to visit with him again. So I'm very, very thankful for Quinton being on with us tonight. And I'll tell you what, let's go through a couple of things here. Monitors are where they are. I need to get my pen back. I definitely need to get my pen back. That is all right. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's really quickly say thanks to some of our advertisers. We have many, many wonderful advertisers and sponsors here on the Bryan County Patriot, and I just thoroughly enjoy getting to share and to talk about them here on BCP Live. Among those, Pro Image right here in Durant. Shout out to Daryl Holiday and all that's going on out there. I just absolutely I dig that store. I totally dig that store. Castile's Tire in Calera and Durant, a couple places in the county. DW in Calera, as well as Friends of the Library. Robbie Tunneby with a birthday yesterday. So shout out to Robbie. She had a birthday yesterday. Holmes Coffee Murray Funeral Home, Kaimichi Technology Center, Modern Abstract, Shelburne Heating and Air. Hi, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. Texoma Engraving, Woodman Life, and we're going to get to something here a little bit later on, but I do want to mention the Country Framer because Mike Rawls also had a birthday yesterday. So it was nice I actually had a chance to get to visit with both of those folks on their birthday, and that was really pretty cool. So it's always good to get to see somebody and give a very personal birthday greeting then. So we'll talk about the Country Framer here again in just a moment. Let's run through some things quickly. Dragon Mane Car Show is this week. It is Friday and Saturday, October 2nd and 3rd, and that is going to bring a lot of people to the town and to the county. As Lynn has said, Lynn from Nortex, he has said there are supposed to be more than 200 classic cars here for this car show. That's a lot. That is a lot. And what he was saying, and I don't know if we talked about this last week, the money that goes into keeping these classic cars going and putting them together, he said there's more than $10 million represented by these 200 cars. Now, okay, that's a lot. I don't know. That's tough to think about those numbers, but if you think that if one person and I think he mentioned it the other day at Coffee Network, but he was talking about the fact one person put, I think, $750,000 into one of the cars and in the care and putting it together, restoring it, getting it all together, and some of the extras that went on there. I don't know. That's tough to think about putting. I'm thinking about what can I do with $750,000 to be able to put in something. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put in the car or not. We'll invest in the studio, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how that happens. So anyway, that is this week, Friday and Saturday. Durant Secret Singer. If you go to secretsingerDurant.com, you need to go there. The third group, the final group of first round videos is online right now at secretsingerDurant.com. Check them out. These are actually really pretty cool. And you just need to see and hear the videos. I don't know what I can do to promote them anymore except to you need to go and see for yourself. So it's at secretsingerDurant.com, secretsingerDurant.com. Caddo football moved to 4-0 this week. That was on Thursday night, and I appreciate Maddie Crawford letting me know. I was thinking the game was on Friday. It's on Thursday. After I got off the air, I was able to see Caddo beat Wetumpka 50-28. So the Bruins football team has moved to 4-0. Caddo Bruins softball team is representing the county because Caddo is hosting a regional. So shout out to the Lady Bruins hosting the regional there. Silo Lady Rebels, and Quinton's going to be speaking to the Lady Rebels softball team tomorrow. Silo Lady Rebels hosting a regional. By the way, the two softball regionals are October 1st and 2nd, so it's a Thursday and Friday when they're going to be playing. And Silo Baseball hosting a regional. So if you get through the regional, there's no in basketball, it's district, regional, area, and then state. In baseball and softball in the fall, it is district, regional, state. So if they make it through the double elimination tournament, then they head on into the state level. And all three of these teams have been at state in recent years and multiple times in recent years. So that's shout out to our county schools. Caddo also in baseball, Calera also in baseball as well. So that's again, shout out to our county teams. All right. I have something cool happening on a personal note on Thursday. We'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. One other thing, though, I wanted to mention, and I have a prop. And I got to look into this prop, and I was like, this is so cool. I like this so much. This is the one I want to show tonight. We're going to do a trivia contest next week. And in light of presidential election, we're going to be talking. Our trivia contest will have to do with recent presidential elections. So just something to keep in mind if you want to, get prepared for the trivia contest. But our prize donated by the Country Framer. And so I was looking through. I was talking with Mike and Alvina, and I was looking through, and I thought, man, I want to show this one. We'll talk more about the prizes, but again, shout out to the Country Framer. And, Mike and Alvina watch the show, and I'm really grateful for that. But I've really gotten to know them this year, and I would say, made friends. And that's so cool about BCP Live is I've had a chance to get to know some of you all better than I knew you before. And in some cases, not at all. I think I lost my video. Oh my goodness. I'll have to go off the air here in just a moment. But anyway, so before I leave, well, hang on. All right. Well, how about that? I lost my video. I think I know what happened. So we're working with a new camera now. Anyway, this is what I want to show you because it's a Christmas tree. And I thought this was so cool. It is a wonderful Christmas tree. I love this. And I forgot that the Christmas tree is green. And I'm working with a green screen. So there you go. You can see right through my Christmas tree. So I'll have to get a different prop to show next time. But anyway, there's I like this so much. This one is the cool one. I say the cool one. They're all cool, but I really, really, really like this Christmas tree. So I'll have to, I think, go around to everyone to your homes and show it to you individually. Actually, I'll get a different prize to show you a little bit later on. So I do know what happened to my camera there, and we're going to fix that between now and next show. In the meantime, shout out to everyone tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to Quinton Jones for being on the broadcast with me as well. Very, very grateful to him for taking the time with me tonight. The presidential debate is likely over by now. I'm going to go back and watch some of the video and see a little bit more about it. But before we go, let's close this thing out properly. Okay, election is coming up. Remember, your vote is your seed that you sow into this country. So use it wisely. We're even going to be talking a little bit more about. Dottie thought I left to go get the cat. We're even going to be talking a little bit more about the mail-in ballots. I have some instructions as to how to do one of those, and it's not an easy thing to do. It's really not. But that's neither here nor there. That's for tomorrow night. In the meantime, be wise. Please be wise, okay? Walk in love and do not walk in fear. You all are incredibly wonderful people, and I just speak a blessing over you all tonight. So the debate's still rolling on. Hey, if you watched me for a little while, go back in there and listen for a little while longer. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow night here on BCP Live. God bless you. God bless you, Teresa and Zeph. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Thank you so much. Have a great, great night.